Happy Thursday. I have made a pact with myself that I will no longer record YouTube videos with ashy hands. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that my hands, my knuckles are literally always ashy. Every time I pick up the camera, it's just like instant ash. Every time I'm near the camera, I'm just gonna have the lotion next to me. This week has been a lot better for me. I was kind of having a therapy session with you guys in the last video, and I realized it was just because I was bored. My entire life, I'm so used to being active, I'm so used to being on the go, I'm so used to working on something that when I have downtime, when my body has time to rest, I think I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm not fulfilled in my life, and then I start complaining. And that's a really, really unfortunate mindset to have, but I think it's how I've been my entire life. Through middle school, high school, I was always just doing a lot. I was in 50 million clubs. I was working on 15 million homework assignments at the same time, and I had to get A+ on everything. Like I've always just been an overachiever, someone who does the most. So when I do have that downtime in my life, it just feels like something is not going right. I'm not doing enough. I could be doing more. And so I say all that to say that this week has been a much better week for me, just because I've been doing more castings, I've been doing more self-tapes. I've had stuff to work on. I was editing a YouTube video. Like, I've just had more things to keep me occupied this week, and so I feel much better about myself. And with that being said, last night I had to record some UGC content for a brand, and it actually turned out pretty good. I was proud of myself for that. And then today I have a self-tape, a really quick self-tape that I'm about to do, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit behind the scenes. If they want a natural face, so that is what I'm going to give them. And then we're going to continue on with our day, but I wanted to knock this thing out first thing in the morning so that I could submit it, because I believe it's due, I think it's due tomorrow, so I like to just like turn it in early so that I can be like one of the first faces that they see. Alright, beautiful people, my self-tape is done. It took me way longer than it should have, but that's nothing new. It always takes me forever to do self-tapes because I am a perfectionist, and if I see one little thing, I have to tweak it, literally change my whole outfit, the whole nine. It's a mess. But yeah, done with that, submitted it and everything, and now I'm about to head to my old stomping grounds. This is actually the first neighborhood, the first apartment area I lived in when I first moved back to New York City. And it's actually close to like my childhood New York City home in Brooklyn, so like that's a little nostalgia. But I'm going to get a facial. I started back with my monthly facials back in December, but then I went to Morocco and it kind of threw me off the schedule. So I'm going back, getting a facial, and I'm going to talk to my esthetician about a more even skin tone. I feel like the older I get, the more my skin is like changing colors, and there are like light patches and dark patches, and it's just like not even. So I'm gonna talk to her about that to see if she can recommend any products or treatments to kind of get my skin one even color, or at least as close as it can get. I also made an appointment with my dermatologist towards the end of April to kind of ask him the same question, because I don't know, I feel like this is my season to get the skin that I've been striving for so many years, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. I feel like as a content creator, I'm always getting sent so much skincare products, and it's like a bad habit for me to want to try every single product, and I feel like ultimately it's to my detriment, because all of these things may not be good for my skin, and in turn it is just like wreaking havoc on my skin. So I'm gonna talk to both my esthetician and my dermatologist to try to get them on the same page about what products I should be using and what kind of treatments I should be getting on a monthly basis, and then we're gonna go from there. So yeah, I'm about to head there. It's about 30 minutes away, so not too bad. And yeah, I guess it's like a little self-care day. I am exhausted for some reason. I literally did nothing but self-care, and I'm tired. Like, I feel like I need a nap. Oh my god, first world problems. But anyways, I have a photo shoot tomorrow, so I'm just gathering a couple of the things that they wanted me to bring. They saw me in this dress on my Instagram, so they wanted me to bring it. I just texted her to see if they're gonna have a steamer. Oh, the grammar. I just texted her to see if they're gonna have a steamer on set because this dress just gets wrinkled so easily. And then I also have like a similar like skirt, well, similar shade. This is silk skirt. It's so cute, and I have like a top to match, but I have to find it. So I am going to try to find the shirt to match this, pack my bag, and then just relax for the rest of the day. That's all that I have planned for today, so I will check in with you guys at the shoot tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Friday! I feel like this has been the longest week ever, but we finally made it to the end. I just finished doing my makeup. It looks alright. Honestly, I'm still not that great at it. I'm still learning different techniques and whatnot. Shout out to TikTok. I'm about to eat a super quick breakfast and then head deeper into Brooklyn for my photo shoot. Honestly, people are always like, oh my god, you live in Brooklyn, why are you always in Manhattan? And for me, it is easier to get to Manhattan than most places in Brooklyn. Like, going anywhere else in Brooklyn, I have to take the Q and then transfer to like the 2-3, or take the Q and transfer to the L, which requires me to go into Manhattan and then back into Brooklyn. So it's just too complicated. And today's shoot is one of those days. I have to go into Manhattan, transfer to the L, and then come back to Brooklyn because the studio is in Brooklyn. The studio is about an hour away, so I definitely want to leave earlier to get there on time because I've been running late to a lot of events lately, and that's just not a good look. So I definitely want to be on time today. So I will check in with you guys once I get to the studio. Hey guys, so I just got to the studio. I'm the first one here, and there's not a waiting area inside, so I'm just waiting outside until the photographer gets here. But I was looking at my makeup and like my phone camera, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like I look, or maybe it's just my face today, I don't know, but I feel like I look really tired and just like droopy, and I'm like, I'm too young to be looking this crusty, so I feel like maybe I should start gua shaing. I think that's how you say it. Like, people use the gua sha. I think I should start doing that. And also, when I went and got my facial yesterday, she told me that my skin was a little bit on the drier side. So I don't know, I just feel like I look really, not feeling my best today. I'm really tired. I'm not used to being like outside of my apartment at this time, but we're gonna make the best of it. Or maybe it was just the lighting, because I look kind of cute right here too. I don't know, I cracked myself up. Okay, so we just wrapped. It was such a quick shoot. Now I'm rushing back home because I have a virtual casting and I need to make sure that I'm on time for that. So I will check in with you guys once I get back to my apartment.
6 hours later.
Hey guys, it's Saturday. So, oh wait, no, it's Friday. It's Friday, so you already know I eat out every weekend. So I'm about to head into Manhattan to meet my friend for dinner. Can you guys believe I took a nap today? Like, that's how tired I was. I rarely take naps. I probably take a nap maybe twice a year, but today I was so exhausted. I passed out for like an hour and a half, and I'm feeling much better now. But anyways, I'm about to head into Manhattan to meet my friend for dinner, and I'll check in with you guys once I get back. Well, not so happy Saturday. I am so irritated. Today is not turning out so great. God, today started off so freaking rocky. So I woke up this morning. I set my alarm for like 8:30, but I was supposed to be up and getting dressed by like 7 something. My friend and I had plans to play pickleball in Manhattan, but I was like, let me go ahead of time because I've never been in the Lifetime Sky location, like inside their building. So I was like, let me go early, take a fitness class, and then get a tour of the building, and then when my friend gets there, we'll play pickleball. So the train lines on the weekend tend to run kind of weird because that's when they do most of their maintenance in the city. So they will, like, the service sometimes is shortened or not operating at all, so you have to use another train, or not operating at all, so you have to use a shuttle. So sometimes it can get kind of wonky on the weekend. But I have not experienced, or it's been a while since I've experienced no service for the Q or the B line. So I get up, it's already a slow start to the morning. I'm like dragging my feet, kind of irritated, but whatever. And it's raining, so that adds insult to injury. But anyways, I get dressed in time and I leave to go catch the shuttle bus to Atlantic Barclays because the train is not running, so I have to catch it to the next stop to where the train is running, if that makes sense. So I get on the bus thinking it's the Q shuttle service. It is the Q shuttle service, but it's in the opposite direction. So I have my Google Maps and I see my little radar moving away from the destination where I'm supposed to be. I'm like, no, I read the sign on the bus. It said Q train shuttle service. I'm on the right bus. Like, this can't be it. And so this woman starts yelling at the bus driver, telling him to like stop the bus so she can get off, and everyone around her is like, this is the shuttle service. It's not making like regular bus stops, so you have to wait until it gets to the next shuttle service stop. And she's like, oh, like, what bus am I on? Like, am I on the wrong bus? Like, just very frantic, causing a scene. And so finally the bus driver stops, lets a few people off, and a lot of people get off on the stop. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not on the right bus. So the bus keeps going, keeps going. My little radar thing on the Google Maps is still moving further away from where I'm supposed to be. So finally a light bulb goes off in my head, like, maybe I should ask where the heck I'm going. So I get up, go to the bus driver, and I'm like, is this the Q shuttle service to Atlantic Barclays? And he's like, no, you're going in the opposite direction. You're gonna have to get off, cross the street, and get on the bus back. I'm already irritated because it's raining, it's disgusting outside. I'm already 30 minutes away from my apartment and where the bus stop is supposed to be. So I get out, I'm looking around, I'm like, I'm not going to this class. I'm not going to this workout class. So I canceled my reservation for the workout class because I wasn't gonna make it. The class was at 10 a.m. and I was an hour away, so I wasn't gonna make it on time. So I canceled the reservation and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back home, regroup, clean myself up because I was just wet and gross, and like woo-saw, and then I'll head back out. So I start walking back towards where the bus originally picked me up from. So that's like 30 minutes away. So I'm just walking, and the bus, going in the direction that I was supposed to be going, passes me and it stops. So I'm running to like catch up with the bus so that I can just hop on that bus and take it there instead of walking the whole way. And then it drives off. I didn't make it to the bus on time. So now I'm pissed all over again. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna take the bus. I'm just gonna take the stroll. I'm just gonna walk. Maybe it'll release some anger, some tension because I'm walking, I'm working out, you know, burning calories amidst all of this frustration. So yeah, I ended up walking all the way back home, sat down for a little bit, regrouped, got myself back together, and then finally caught the correct bus to Atlantic Barclays and then took another train into Manhattan to 42nd Street. I did all of this and my friend drove into Manhattan anyway and even offered to pick me up. But by the time he texted me to offer to pick me up and drive us both there, I was already on public transit on the way to Manhattan. So I'm like, I went through all of this for no reason when the man was just gonna pick me up and drive us both there in the first place. So I was just like, I'm done. I couldn't even vlog. I couldn't even say hey to you guys. I couldn't even check in. I was just so irritated. But I say all that to say it was all worth it because pickleball was so much fun. This is my first time playing pickleball. I did pick up tennis last summer and I've been like playing and trying to learn here and there, and pickleball and tennis are fairly similar. So I knew that I would enjoy it, but it was really a good time. And my friend was so patient with me and like showed me kind of like the beginning movements and taught me some of the rules and stuff. And overall, it was a really good experience, and it's definitely something that I want to continue picking up. So I have my tennis rackets. Next up, I'll have to get my pickleball paddle and the balls, and yeah, I will definitely probably be spending most of my time playing tennis and pickleball this summer, and I'm so excited. And today it is so warm outside. It's like, even though it started out like a gloomy, cold, frigid morning, the sun has come out, the rain has subsided, and it's like 66, 67 degrees outside. So warm. Everyone's out, happy. Like when it gets warm in New York, you just see the depression just leaves everyone's body. You can literally see like the smiling faces, and everybody's just like dancing, happy, riding bikes, skateboarding, roller skating, everything. Like the spirits are just high in the city when it gets warmer, so it's really nice to see that. I texted my friend to see if she wanted to go play tennis because it's still really warm outside and I hate being cooped up in my apartment when it's warm. But I forgot I signed up for an event. So it's been a while since I have been able to practice my Spanish, and I recognize that it is dwindling, like leaving my brain. So that would be like 6-7 years of school down the drain for nothing if I allowed myself to completely forget all of my Spanish. So I am finally going to another language exchange event. It's been a really long time since I've been to one, so I'm kind of looking forward, or I'm really looking forward to this. I signed up for two. One is at 4 p.m. and one is at 7 p.m. and I was going to attempt to go to both, but it really just depends on how quickly I can shower and get dressed and what the weather is looking like, because it is supposed to start raining again around 7, and I don't really want to be out in that, but it's such a nice day out. Hopefully the rain just goes away, but we'll see how that goes. But I will check in with you guys at some point in the day. Okay, you guys, I'm recording on my phone, so sorry if it's blurry, but I came all the way to the location for the language exchange, and the restaurant that it was supposed to be at is like closed. It has a notice on the door, and I thought it was closed, so I messaged the guy like before I even came out and was like, hey, is it still at this location? Because like online, like my Google Maps says that it's closed. So my Google Maps said that it was closed, but on the like actual Google, it says that it's open today. So I came all the way here, just like an hour away, and it is indeed closed. No one was in there, and no one said anything in the group. So I found another event to go to. I'm just gonna go to Improv, which should be fun. The last time I went to Improv, it was really fun. So I'm walking there now. It's about a 15-minute walk, and it is raining, so I was just gonna go back home, but I'm like, I'm already out, and this event is only 15 minutes away, and it'll give me an opportunity to meet new people. And you guys know that I'm trying my darndest to expand my social circle. So we're gonna go, we're gonna have a good time, I'm gonna take my behind back home.
We're gonna do some two-person scenes.
Yeah, but I won Who Wants to Be America's Next Top Pirate.
I feel like tonight was the perfect example of never having to be bored in New York if you don't want to. Literally, I was supposed to go to an event. As you guys saw, the venue was like completely shut down. And so I quickly found something else to do, went and had a phenomenal time. Now, as a 20-something living in New York City, in my prime, at my peak, as someone told me earlier today, most people would expect me to be at a club or at a bar getting drunk somewhere. But honestly, that has just not been my vibe lately. I'm actually recently sober, so like I don't drink or indulge in anything anymore. And so I have been prioritizing finding sober activities around the city to do. And I've done improv before, but I did it like towards the end of last year sometime. Not to say that y'all will not catch me at the club or at a bar ever again, because I'm most definitely gonna be outside this summer, and I'm most definitely probably gonna go to a few clubs this summer. When it's still chilly outside and it's like raining and like cold and stuff, I'm not trying to be at the club because, yeah, it's just too cold for all of that. So I'd rather do something like low-key, like bowling, improv, going to a comedy show, going to a Broadway show, going to dinner, things like that that don't necessarily require you to drink. But I think that a lot of people assume that those who don't drink can't participate in certain activities, which is not true by any means. You can not drink and go to the club. You cannot drink and go to the bar. I do that all the time. I was about to go to a bar tonight. The language exchange that I was going to was like a restaurant slash bar, like pub type thing. And most of the people there were gonna have a drink in their hand. I've gone to language exchanges before where men have asked to buy me a drink and I'm like, I don't drink, and they just bring me a glass of water. And it is what it is. You can definitely still enjoy yourself in environments where there are drinks and substances, and still abstain and have a good time. And maybe I'll make like a completely separate video dedicated to ideas of things you can do in New York sober, because I think that'll be helpful for a lot of people, because even I am still looking for more activities to do, especially at night. It's easy to do sober activities during the day, but at night it becomes a little bit difficult because things that don't involve alcohol typically close at like 9 or 10, especially since the pandemic. So finding like late night activities to do when you don't want to be home alone, having FOMO, I know it's definitely helpful to find those sober, like nighttime activities. So I'll be compiling my list and that video will be coming out soon, so stay tuned. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys this week. It's been a pretty solid week. I've enjoyed myself this week, and this weekend in general was so nice. I am actually traveling back home to North Carolina, so you guys probably won't get a New York City vlog next week or the week after, whenever this video comes out. I bought a one-way ticket, so whenever I get called back to New York for work or casting or anything, that's when I'll come back. But until then, I'll be in North Carolina spending some much needed time with my family, because the last time I was in North Carolina was in November, so it's been way too long and I'm excited to go back. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Bye!
'Cause I'm not just a pretty girl.